Hey, what's up, y'all? We are back for another episode of the Kitty Box Podcast. How y'all feeling?
I am good. I am good as always.
Juicy and wet. I don't
Bitch,
know
that sounds
why.
like you got a story to tell. What's tea? It sounds like you got a story to tell. Juicy and wet.
Nah, I'm good.
I think you do have some stories.
You been acting good? You been controlling yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, girl.
Get that tea another time, child.
Oh, so you do got something to say. Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
So what y'all want to talk about tonight?
All right, I have a topic tonight. All right, here is what we're going to talk about. Has another one ghosted you? Maybe it's time for some self-awareness, bitch. You're thinking things are great, but there is no communication. He doesn't call or text back, and when he does, it's way later or short, one-worded replies. Before you run back to your niggas ain't shit plight, join us in this conversation and figure out if your ass is even dateable, because it just might be you, boo.
Damn, that's tough.
mm.
That's tough.
Talking about tonight.
What kind of reminds me of two different songs, child. This Alicia Keys, honey. Why don't you call me anymore, bitch?
Woo! Yes!
And Janet, girl. I get so lonely sometimes. Ugh.
Girl, those are ultimate ghosting songs, though.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Dang,
Especially
but-
why don't you call me? Because, girl, it's like, if you think I keep your picture beside my bed, I still remember the things you said. You always thought I was so right. Where did it go so wrong? Oh, girl. Oh, girl. I think I'm going to talk about ghosting, too, on Enigma, if y'all check it out. I'll stream your platforms, honey.
Yes.
So I'll start it off then. So have either of you been in a situation to where someone has kind of started being short with you or either ghosted you in a sense, and you've always wondered why this person's done that?
Yeah, I've been there. More times than I would like to admit. I think before I grew up and kind of grew into realizing what this dating world was about, I thought every man was the one. I was never like dating a guy just to be dating him, just to be seeing where it was going. It was like a weekend. It was like, he's my husband. He's my man. And I think that intensive behavior kind of scared niggas off a lot. And I always thought it was me, but you know, I had to reanalyze, like, you just gotta ride the wave and just like take your time. But yeah, like, I've been ghosted. Like in the past, it was my naivete. But the more I grew up, it was just niggas being afraid of commitment. And once I put the pressure on, it was just like, what are we? What is this? You keep coming up my house, you damn near live here. What the fuck is going on? I don't hear from you no more.
And being a Scorpio, like, we do fall hard. We are very loyal creatures. So if we also have issues with like opening up and being trusting people. So I found myself doing that a lot too. And back then when I was younger, I used to always equate like, damn, I'm gonna show this nigga that, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna show this dude that
Girl, we can go to nitty gritty. Show these niggas.
No, because it's the truth though.
These ain't no
Sometimes
men you're dealing with. These are niggas.
show these niggas that I was the one, you know what I'm saying? And I was all in. But like you said, I felt like it definitely scared a lot of people off because they weren't necessarily ready for the commitment. And like we talked about in the last episode, commitment or communication. Like, they didn't communicate that to me, that they weren't ready for that. But they were all in because they liked all the perks and shit that came along with that. But the niggas weren't ready. So I found myself in a lot of situations like that as well when I was younger.
in my experience, to Kat's point, I follow the leader in a lot of situations when it comes to these niggas. And you weren't wrong, because a lot of times that's a nigga behavior. It's a difference between niggas and men, okay? I think we discussed that in the last episode. So when you're creating situations, you're exhibiting the behaviors of boyfriend material, like you're coming over all the time, we're fucking all the time, we're talking all the time, and then all of a sudden that just stops and I don't hear nothing from you. I don't really jump ahead or like get all giddy. Again, I follow the leader. how dare you entrap me in your love and then leave? That's what turns bitches crazy. That's what makes me want to seek you out far and wide throughout the galaxy, girl.
It's the dick that drives the girls crazy.
It's not the dick, it's how you treat her.
Pain will drive me to the supreme, honey. I will give up.
Look, let me say this. I always tell people this. There is no dick on this planet that I feel would ever make me just lose touch with reality and just
hold on, bitch. Every fucking bitch. Hold on.
Oh,
every bitch
God.
I know, I don't care who you are in this life or the next, honey. Someone has been dickmatized at some point in their life.
At least once. At least once.
No. I'm not gonna wear that.
Then it has yet to happen, my love. If it hasn't happened to you, it has yet to happen, because it will. There is going to be a piece of meat and a piece of sausage, in the words of Big Sexy Official, that's going to drive you up a fucking wall. And you're not going to understand. In the words of Baby Boy, I don't understand Miss Juanita why he do the things he do. Girl, you're not going to understand, girl.
Bitch. Shout out to Taraji. But, like, that's the dumb
But we understand he gets fight, though.
Like, now I will say that I have let some things slide. That's because my feelings were in it, and I actually...
That's the same thing, bitch. Don't be trying to be cute.
Feelings for some people, but it had nothing to do with the dick. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
The dick contributed to the reason why you was letting that shit slide, bitch.
Yeah, because the only way we become emotionally attached to people is based off of the physical experiences. That's the catalyst for everything else. Obviously, it's not just the dick. The dick is the piece. But if you're wrapped up in a situation emotionally with someone, you like everything about them.
More times than not, the nigga gonna have something. Shalanga panga langa.
Well, maybe I just have not received that type of dick yet.
Well, you know, you like the small things in life, so girl, that's probably why you haven't experienced a whole new world. you haven't been busted down properly, honey, by the extreme.
Okay, since we're on the topic though, like how big is normal? What's husband size penis? What's husband penis?
Okay,
7 and 8. Between 7 and 8.
And that's what I like.
But you not, girl.
No, I'm saying as the standard, for anybody. But for me, you need 9 or better. You're gonna need more than that to get in my thighs. A car that flies, maybe a house in the sky. Bitch, you're gonna need something.
Down there. That's bust down.
You need to be this tall to ride this ride.
Like we said in the chat, like once every 6 months type of dick is what you be taking. I feel like husband dick is a bit small. Like you have, girl, that's a consistent.
So how many times I have to tell y'all this? The body is a memory. I was with somebody who, for 3 years, who had a 12-inch dick. And when I mean it gets easier, girl, like you get used to it. That's your man. Your whole gets used to that shit after a while.
You told me some American Horror Stories too.
Hey. It was good.
You sitting around, you can't eat, you can't, you know what I mean?
Well, you get used to it. You get used to it. You get used to it.
I can walk afterwards.
And let me.
I was walking proudly. Oh, child, there was this time. No, that's too nasty.
There was a time when
no. Can I say this on here? But I've said everything else, right? So I was me and him tried to trade the guy I was with for 3.5 years, and when I lived in Atlanta, I think I told this story before, but I don't know. So we had fucked down, honey, before I had to go to work, child, and I worked at this thrift store, and you on your feet all day, and so, child, he had busted inside of me, child. Okay, so I was like rushing to go to work. Normally, I would take a shower, I would clean myself out. But I got to work and I'm, putting clothes where I'm happy, I'm jovial. You just got dick, child. So you doing work that that ain't your assignment, child, but I'm doing it anyway. All of a sudden I'm like, ooh, girl, I think I got a fart. So, girl, I had went over to one of the other little rack areas, child, where no one was, and I farted, and tell me why it wasn't fart. It was, child, just seeping out. Luckily, I worked in the retail setting, so I just grabbed me some underwear and a new pair of pants, bitch. Went to the bathroom, cleaned up, and changed. Girl, none the wiser.
We're so off topic. Like, oh.
I know.
Damn.
That's shit.
But
I definitely.
let me throw this out there though. Every guy that I have been with sexually has been on the larger side. So I agree with you when you say that you do get used to it. But my preference is husband dick.
Yeah.
But every time I get it, it's like, damn, here you go with this big ass.
I've been with some big dick niggas too.
Damn.
I've been with some big dick niggas too. That was this one older guy. He was a big dick. I remember like, it took me 10 minutes to get it in. It wasn't so much that it was long, it was girthy as fuck. And I'm just
I would find a way.
I remember asking him when I first started, I was like, what you want me to do with this? Like, I can give you truth and justice, but I don't know if... He was like, you try. And that was one I couldn't walk from. I mean, I could walk, but...
Y'all girls...
Look,
we're too old to be having these conversations.
I see it and it's too big, bitch. I'm not even playing around. I don't know.
First of all, y'all are too old for me to give y'all the birds and the bees conversation on how to take big dick. Like, seriously, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. You just take it. If it takes 10 minutes to get in, it just takes 10 minutes to get in. That means it's going to be that much better for you and him.
And see, I get to thinking about
it hurt more than it felt good, though. I must be honest.
You have to lube it up. You got to take your time. There's certain ways to make it comfortable for yourself. You just have to, and tell these niggas to stop being in such a rush. Like, you're gonna get what you want. Just make sure that I'm comfortable.
And that's always the issue that I find with niggas with big dicks is they like to pound you. They don't know how to fuck. They like to pound you, and then you be fucked up for 2 or 3 days after.
And I want something that don't take all of that, because y'all know, like, when you're in a relationship, there's that 3 to 4 a.m. session where you just like wake up because you change your positions. I ain't got time for you to get up and lose.
But see, that's the thing though. That's your man. If you're with your man, you will get used to the dick. Like, that 3 a.m. session won't be a problem because you probably took it 8 hours before. So it's gonna slide right the fuck on in. If it doesn't, you might feel a little pressure. But I feel like that's the point of penetration, to actually feel it.
How many times have I heard that before?
I agree.
I'm just saying, though, if it's like a new nigga, you're having sex for the first time with that person and his dick is a little bit bigger than you're normally taking, of course I understand. It may take you a moment like this. It may take you a while. But, girl, let's be honest here. Back in the day, we were on the hunt, bitch. We were Carmen Sandiego. Where's Waldo? These big dick niggas, because there was widespread small dicks everywhere. Nowadays, everyone has been blessed. Everyone has. First of all, the reason I like big dick is because mostly I like to suck dick. So I need to feel something in my mouth. I can't deep throat a small ass dick. Like, the throat, the esophagus goes deep, girl. Like, what am I going to do with 6 inches of dick in my mouth? Nothing.
Pleasure.
Nothing.
Enjoy it.
If it's thick, yes. But if it's like pingao, hell no, bitch. I don't want none of that. I need something that I can feel.
See, that's the thing.
Shout out to Aretha.
You're sucking dick for you. It's really about pleasuring the other person. So if a dude come to you with a 6.5 inch dick, and he likes head, like, you're supposed to be pleasuring him. It's not about you. At that point,
I'm not nibbling at it, bitch. No.
Yeah, if I have to do one of these, on you, honey, goodbye. I say that because it really depends though. Like, are you 6.5 inches thick or 6.5 inches pencil? Pencil ain't gonna do nothing for me, baby, because I can do that myself. This thick ass finger, bitch.
Say a 6-inch pencil ain't gonna do shit for none of us.
Right.
I need girth. I need fist power. You know what I mean?
Not fist. Well, not fist. Like
something. I need something.
now, girl, because nobody black would say I need something the fist size.
Hey, well, I'm half white.
Girl, no.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we are so off topic, y'all.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. You know, dick carries me.
That you are a dateable bitch. Okay, so what are some things that people should take into consideration before they get out or back out onto the dating market to make sure that they're even worthy of dating? I could start with one. I think it's necessary when you're going into a new situation to make sure that you have completely cut ties with your past relationships, meaning emotional, physical, spiritual ties. Like all the ties need to be cut before you go into the new situation.
But didn't we just talk about not too long ago about being friends with your exes, though?
I'm okay with being cool with exes.
Wait. I'm not talking about like any type of
friendship.
Like,
you mean just
all? I'm not talking about communication at all. Like all of your emotional ties and things that you loved about that person. Like you said, shit that makes niggas dick crazy.
Oh,
like
okay.
all those type of ties need to be let go.
Okay.
That you have to not talk to your ex. But actually, now that you say that, I don't think that you should really be communicating with your ex when you're starting something fresh. I mean, if it's like an old ex from years ago,
I was just about to say the timeline makes the difference. How long have y'all been?
Exactly.
Yeah. If first y'all broke up last month, then no, y'all still need some time apart. Yeah. Let that go. But if it's been some time, then I can see that. For me, I would say make sure you got your self-work together. Mine is a two-parter. Make sure you got your self-work together, and you ain't got to be rich, but make sure you are financially able to do for you. Like, I don't want to struggle and then go into a struggle with somebody who is also struggling. Like, I just...
Yeah, we ain't doing no broke niggas. And broke days is not the team.
Yeah, and I just saw, I think, like a man, and it's just like, Taraji's character, Lauren, like, I don't know if I'm mad at her. You know, like, yeah, he was given what he was given, but bitch, again, two different worlds. That last episode, that's the perfect example of the doctor and the burger flipper. Like, when you get there, call me, but you're not there yet, baby. And it's just like, I can't be dropping you off in an Aston Martin to Burger King. I don't see logically happening. I just. Now you can be my sneaky link until you get your shit together. We can be completely exclusive quietly, but I just don't. I think aesthetically it needs to make sense. That's just me, and that may be why I'm single, but that's just how I'm feeling.
I agree with Kat too. I feel like you have to just have yourself together. I mean, you can't walk into the potential of something new carrying the baggage and the weight of the past. So I agree with you as well, Jace. Like, just make sure that you have all that bullshit tied up with the exes. And you don't have no kind of feelings or emotional, moments with those people, girl, attachments and shit. And just again with yourself. Like, hopefully you're ready. Like, I hate bitches who leave one thing and immediately jump into another thing. Because that screams codependency to me. Like, bitch, sit with yourself for a while. Especially if you're one of the girls who have tragedy when it comes to past relationships and things don't work out. Take your time. And that may mean something. Sometimes you have to sit down with yourself and you wonder why all these things keep crashing and burning. Well, it's happening because it's not meant for you in that moment. That's a sign, girl. Take your time. Work it slowly on yourself. And then I feel, and plus to all this seeking and all this, I feel like if you just do you, child, whatever's meant to be will just happen as it's supposed to. Right place, right time kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, again, just have yourself together, child, period. Because you're going to be good for nobody if you walk into something.
Question I have for y'all. Once we've been ghosted, what's the thing to do? I mean, let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. Sometimes we're ghosted by a nigga we want to continue seeing. Like, sometimes we could take the hit and we could just be like, okay, he wasn't worth it, whatever, he goes to me. But sometimes it hurts. You want to know why you want it to work. You really liked him. You try
What's
to,
the point?
I'm just saying, what do you do then?
Because you're not going to get nothing out of it. If he's ghosting you, even though you may want closure or you may want to continue some type of relationship, again, you're talking to a wall at that point. If he's not trying to reciprocate or communicating with you at all, what's the point? You might as well feed that energy into yourself or feed it into somebody who's willing to meet you halfway to give you what that nigga couldn't give you.
Speaking off of experience, my last ex, him and I dated. We dated for 3 months, and then he just ghosted me.
Oh no!
And I just so happened to run into him about 6 months after the time of him ghosting me. And during that 6 months, like a lot of thoughts, like I knew he, like it was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of made me a little insecure. I will admit that. Like, I'm like, damn, what the fuck did I do? Like, is there something wrong with me? You know, but I also know that he had a very traumatic background. And he was actually the person that I was talking about when I said I don't fuck with people that come from truly traumatic backgrounds and have not received, help, like been through therapy or anything like that. But yeah, it kind of made me insecure, and I felt like I needed closure. So when I saw him, I just happened to run into him 6 months later, and he was super apologetic and like, told me the reason why, which I understood, and I kind of
fuck that, fuck all of that.
Knew why, and then we connected, and then we started dating. After that for a year after that, damn near. So it does leave you in a state of wondering why, like, what the fuck happened. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think you kind of question yourself. Like,
I think that's number one.
Like, if I do something wrong, like, what's wrong with me? Like,
right, you do feel like that. You do question yourself a lot.
And now I wasn't sitting around there. Let me make this clear. I wasn't sitting there like, every day thinking about this nigga, but whenever something would come up, because we had such a good connection when we were dating, that
I ain't gonna lie,
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I have. A nigga had sent me through it. I was the girl who was wondering like what he was doing on the fake Insta, checking his stories and his
like, oh, I ain't done that.
I care, and I just was like, and I remember asking y'all, I was just like, what's wrong with me? Like, I know that it's not working, and I know that, why can't I let him go? So I think in a sense like that, I think I was just asking for my type of person. Like, even if you don't necessarily want him back, what would y'all recommend? Like, for me, it was working out. Some people get the snatch back. Some people get a new man. Some people, pour themselves into their careers just to show. Or some people get the nigga back just to fuck him the same way he fucked you. So I think I was asking from that angle, like, what would y'all do in a situation like that? Even if y'all didn't want to be back with him, ghosting, how do y'all handle it?
I honestly, like, continue doing my shit. I don't block people. I don't delete people and shit like that because, bitch, I want you to see that I'm out here living my best life. I'm happy. I'm traveling. I'm making money. Like, I'm being the best bitch that I can be. And I want you to see that. So that's like my silent type of revenge on a nigga. Like, if he ever did some shit to me like that. Yeah, this Jace is still moving around. He's still making moves. He's still doing his shit. And he's still that bitch. Period.
Peace for me is my revenge. Like, showing a nigga you didn't break. Like, I'm still loving. I'm still positive. I'm still jovial. I'm still that bitch. And you're watching.
Exactly.
I know that you're watching.
Exactly.
I'm that bitch. I'm an investigative bitch. I know when I see a fake Instagram bitch because I got one. Girl, please. Don't nobody. Who's stalking me? It's gotta be you. I'm not done.
I'm more of a suck your brother's dick, record it, and send it to you kind of person. Like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, it also depends on. It also depends on how we were. Because sometimes you can say, I was in a situation where I kind of already knew the guy was a fuck nigga to begin with. So
Hey, why give yourself away to another person just to get back at somebody? I've always thought that was like when people, I hear people do that, I'm like, why are you giving yourself away?
I'm not giving myself away. I'm doing it because I want to do it, honey.
Giving yourself away.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. I give myself away so you can use me. Use me. I'll be the catalyst for revenge. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, okay, seriously though, like, I kind of feel like we all have those sixth sense to where we can sense like how niggas are gonna be and how they're gonna treat us and how things may end up going in the relationship. You never want to truly assume because you also don't want to take on that energy to make your decisions for you, because that could be a gift and a curse. But child, I'm gonna be honest, at this point in life, fuck these niggas, child.
Period.
I mean,
Period.
fuck them. That's because that's
I don't want to subscribe to that. Look, that was in the title of the show. We're not supposed to be going fuck these niggas. We're not supposed to be going back to that.
I get that part though, but the more we have these conversations, and again, that's why we birth.
It brings you back to those places, girl, and you be like, man, all over again. It's like, girl, fuck him.
It's literally like listening to that Summer Walker album. Like y'all
gonna stop coming for Summer now.
No, I have no problem with her. It's just like she's forcing you to relive.
I like her though.
It's depressing and it's taking y'all to a place. I'm like,
no. It did. I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I was in my feelings. But I do like Insane. I like Circus. I love Constant Bullshit. I like her album, but it does take me to a place that I have to take it in doses. Cause bitch, I don't want to live there anymore. Bitch, I was crying. Listening to her album. You think about the constant bullshit you done dealt with, girl. God damn. That shit really takes you back.
Okay.
What was you talking about?
I do have one another thing. I think that it's when you start dating, or when you're considering yourself a dateable person, I think it's good to be vulnerable and open up to people when you're actually dating them. I find a lot of time, especially with us gays, like.
But how early is that conversation going? Because I think that can attribute to scaring niggas off too early. Like, what's that time frame like? Like, when do you start truly opening up?
Well, I'm not saying like vulnerability and overexposure.
Exactly.
You don't have to overexpose yourself to be vulnerable. You can let that guard down and really just be like, I had a tough day today. My mama get on my nerves. You don't have to really go into detail, but you can be vulnerable enough just to let somebody in just a little bit. I get that.
We say that, but I think in conversation, depending on the energies that are going on in the moment, we can kind of express ourselves sometimes. Because I think niggas use that too as a tactic to kind of reel you in. Let me be that listening nigga, because there is none really. We always say niggas don't communicate. They don't know. Sometimes these niggas pay attention, those gigolos. They'll say, okay, let me act like that guy who's gonna pay attention to the fears, the questions, the concerns of life that my partner has. And I do air quotes because, girl, there ain't no nigga who I feel like really cares about you that much.
We supposed to be encouraging people to.
I'm gonna be real, y'all already know my situation. I'm coming off the heels of my own fuck shit right now, so I'm kind of already.
I love this perspective though, because that individual exists. Like in the world right now, that individual is just like, bitch, fuck these niggas. I've been burned one too many times, and I am not going down that road again. Let me ask y'all this, and y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be like, please. What do you think ghosting says about him? Aside from the surface, he just wanted to smash and dash. What does that say about the nigga?
I think it says, going back, I'm the queen of trauma, child. I think, especially with the black community, you have a lot of these black men who are raised up in these fucked up households with all this trauma. They don't know what a relationship is supposed to actually look like.
Right.
They come from broken homes. Same thing with women. They think niggas are supposed to be something that they saw their mama be around all the time, which probably wasn't the most positive, thing to look at their point in time. So they carry these things with them throughout life. You have a lot of men who get involved in relationships, but they've experienced abandonment issues. So they have that, instead of a fight, they want a flight kind of, instinct, because if it gets too serious or they don't know how to handle certain situations, they're ready to just up and go because they're scared. It's really their fears that are keeping them from actually establishing meaningful relationships with people.
That was exactly what happened in my last relationship.
Mine too.
Came exactly
from literally
abandonment issues, mommy daddy issues, a bunch of traumatic ass relationships, fucked up childhood, and like he just didn't know how to stay. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he ghosted me, because he was like, it was getting too serious and I didn't even know how to handle it. So I completely agree with what you just said.
Yeah. You gotta one of my things is you gotta heal before you get into these situations. Heal your shit.
And I actually have a quote that I saw online.
Come on, Wabi. Give us a quote, girl.
We attract what we don't heal. If that is not a fucking word.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
There was a man, and I shared this on my story. He said the enemy can send you pain wrapped up as your preference. The enemy knows what you like, just like God knows what you like. We want a tall man, chocolate with the big, he can send you pain wrapped as your preference. And that shit hit me, and it was just like, wow, because y'all know my situation. And I was just like, he is everything, but he is not right for me. And it took me a long time to figure that out.
A lot of times, because trauma transfers in crazy ass fucking ways, the enemy can send you that pain that you wrapped up in what was the quote again?
Wrapped up in preference.
You thought that was your preference because of your trauma. You think those are the things that you like. You know what I'm saying? You think those are the things that you like, bitch. But in reality, no, you're just used to that. You've grown accustomed to that because it's all you've ever truly known. You know.
And that's why you attract.
Bitch, you trying to make your cash app tonight, girl. You trying to make your rounds, girl. You want to use some cash app.
Seriously, his birthday is coming up, bitch. Donate to his cash app.
The collection was $1 in a card, bitch.
I feel like I have to give versatility. The girls think I'm some kind of like street slut whore. So I have to give the girls, Dr. Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Type of vibes, girl. Seriously. Floyd. What's his name, child? Shit, I forgot his name. The godfather of psychology.
It's accurate, though.
Yeah, Freud. There we go.
Certain times in life, you are a street slut whore.
That has a third eye. Hello. Well, that could come off sexual too, though, when you think about it. The third eye, honey, it's that booty hole.
It does wink at you. It does wink at you.
And YB, that brings me to something else another point that I wanted to make. When you're looking at yourself to make sure that you're a dateable person, have something more to offer than just sex.
Well, again, I'll go ahead and be transparent. When we talk about trauma, I got to talk about my own. That's my standard. That's my reference point. That's something that I learned not too long ago about myself, was I was equating sex to love in a lot of ways because of my trauma dealing with fuck niggas. As we see here on this season of the Kitty Box, I come off very jaded because that's been most of my experiences with men. For me, I've never really truly been in real open relationships before. Everything has been down low, and we know what kind of man comes with that. Fuck nigga shit. Right. So if that's all I ever knew, I grow accustomed to that. So I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm seeing those things, I'm making observations and trying to apply certain things so I can get out of those patterns and those belief systems, because I understand that is what is helping me attract sorry ass niggas.
Okay, you just said you're making observations. Are you actually making changes?
I'm not gonna lie, I've backslid into the arms of thug trade.
Yeah.
I backslid, but I think it's because I'm not ready yet for a relationship because I'm not fully done with my healing, my type of growth. You know, like I'm still trying to figure that part out. That way I can be a healthy mate for someone. I can attract better types of guys in my world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, so be kind and patient with yourself. And then as long as you do it in moderation, I think having fun is okay. You know, I think for me, I was saying it was a hoe face, but Jace was like, bitch, you still not a hoe. 2 or 3 niggas rotating, you know, that's pretty, until you find somebody that you want to like spend most of your time with. We all are carnal creatures, so I think being sexual is just part of our nature. So
I think too that I think people got to stop being so serious when it comes to sexual activities. I think we get so wrapped up. Okay, like I'm gonna give it a 90-day rule, or I'm not gonna let the next nigga fuck so soon. Or sex is sex, and like you said, it's very carnal. It's very, you know, it's in us, girl. Like I don't think there should be a fear with that. People have their needs, girl. Have your sex, but know what you're getting yourself involved in. Don't try to have sex with someone who you think is going to be bae the next day. Go into it knowing, hey, girl, I'm just trying to bust this real quick, and it is what it is.
Next time on the Kitty Box.
I feel like at that point, there's enough time for us to soak up each other. Soak up.
But were you giving off that energy?
I was drunk, Boots.
Okay.
So
No, you were.
We're gonna stop using those excuses.
And she like literally rubbed her hand on his dick as he passed by, and I'm looking at him like, I'm holding your hand. Like,